There's only 3 things you can control in life. Only 3. You can control what you think about something, you can control what you do or don't do, and you can control how you respond to the feelings that are rising up. That's it.
Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the first video that I've created myself, and I just want to go over a little bit of why I've decided to make a YouTube channel. So obviously you see everyone online, everyone wants to make money, everyone wants to be the next thing and maybe create some sort of content where eventually they'll start making passive income from maybe the videos they've made previously or whatever. And I was very much the same and wanted to go down that route. But then I asked myself, well, is this going to be good for me? Why am I doing it? Am I going to enjoy this? Or should I maybe do something that was more meaningful? And that's why I thought to myself, well, what do I like to do? I like to help people. I like to, in the terms of training, I was thinking if I could give good advice to people where I am in my life, in my career, that maybe this could be something that maybe not make as much money as I wanted to make, but it's something that I feel passionate about. And even if I could help one person, maybe struggling, or if someone could take some of the advice I give, and it might be some use to someone. And so that's where we're at with that. So a bit about myself. I'm 32-year-old. I would say I've lived quite an exciting life at times. Maybe a bit, what's the right word? Chaotic. Chaotic's probably definitely the right word. For instance, I'm a mechanical engineer and I just quit my job last Wednesday because, well, we didn't have to kind of know why, but I feel like hopefully that some people could resonate with what I'm saying in the terms of when you're at work and you're not very happy and you feel stuck and maybe a bit helpless. Um, Fortunately, unfortunately, I've experienced that when I was younger, probably about 22-year-old, where you're stuck and you feel like you can't go anywhere in your work or even leave or change jobs because it's not as easy as that. And I always said to myself that I would never put myself in that situation ever again. So I give it, and that's the hard thing. It's when you're gonna leave your job, when you're actually giving up and quitting, and when's the right time to move. And I think sometimes, even for myself now, it's quite hard to understand at what point, like what decision am I making right now? Is it because it's too hard, or is it because it's just shit and you need to get out of it? Um, you've got to back yourself. So I've made the right decision, and I've got a job that started the 1st of June anyway. But I'm just wondering if anyone else has these sorts of feelings, and if so, how does it affect you? And just to extend what I was saying about, is it the right time to quit and move on, or are you giving up, or whatever? The thing is, if you move on and you force change for the better of yourself, regardless if it's classed as quitting, because you're trying to better your life. Like if you're going back to something easier, for instance, going back to an old job or something like that, then maybe you are taking the easier way out. But going into the unknown, for myself, I can only see as a positive because it forces change. So that's one of the positives I would say about quitting your job. Now, the other thing is, what I would say is that when you have no money, like I was when I was 20, like when I was 22, it makes it a lot harder to move and change your job because you haven't got a financial backing. So that's one thing I learned was debt makes you a slave. You know, if you've got a lot of debt over your head, if you've got a car, a house, which are these things you can't help sometimes. But if you're taking on watches and laptops and, you've got credit cards and all this sort of stuff, this takes away your freedom. So sometimes it's better to live a life that doesn't have as much materialistic stuff, but in return, you get more freedom and you get the chance to carve out the path that you want to create. Yeah, sometimes you can chase money, but it doesn't make for happiness. And when you listen to different philosophers and stuff like that, you're not really chasing. Well, you shouldn't really chase happiness. You should chase fulfillment. You should choose a life that is fulfilling, because even when you're in your lowest moments, you've still got a life that's worth living. But if you only chase happiness, then when you're sad, then you're going to struggle to see any form of way out. So maybe that's some good advice to take on.
Thank you for listening to my channel. If you like the content, please feel free to subscribe.